One of the things we want to talk to you about now is about safety and security in preschool. Kids can't learn if they don't feel safe and if they don't feel comfortable in the environment that they're in. So that's one of the main things that we want to accomplish every time they come, is that they feel safe and secure, and that mom and dad feel safe dropping them off and feel safe with who they're leaving them with. So one of the first things that we do is we make sure that our teachers have a completed background check, where that they have been thoroughly vetted and gone through the process and are good to go to teach in a classroom. And then we make sure then that those teachers and anyone who serves in preschool is the people who are the people who enforce making sure that all our policies and procedures are in place so that everybody is being kept safe. And so when our parents come, they get a sticker, and the child gets a sticker, and most of you are going to know what this is, that the numbers match on the stickers, that the child wears that, parent comes and picks the child up, and they match the stickers. Teachers, it's so important. You don't accept a child into your classroom if they don't have a sticker. That means that they haven't checked in up front. So you want to make sure that they have their sticker. And then also then when they get picked up, that they have a sticker that the parent presents so that they can get the child, and that we look and make sure that those stickers match. And so if your best friend comes up to the door and they want to pick up their child that's in your classroom, that's all good and fine. But if they don't have the sticker, they need to go back up to the front and ask Rachel or myself or one of the coordinators or greeters to get another sticker and verify that they're okay to pick that child up. If dad has the sticker on another side of the church, then all mom or dad has to do is text him and text each other and get a copy of that sticker. That's all we need. They don't have to go all the way back out to the car or anything like that. So, and then in some cases we can also print the sticker again for them at the front. So just making sure that we get those and that we check those. And then one of the cardinal rules of preschool is you never, ever, 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 ever be with a child by yourself. And so that means that 2 teachers in the room at all times. And so if you are a teacher in a class and your kids are coming and no one else is here yet, you need to ask that parent to just wait at the door with you and until your other teacher comes, and then you can accept those kids. This is for your safety just as much as it is for our kids' safety. That way we always have 2 adults that are around. We also have diaper changing policies and potty training, bathroom policies for our kids. And those are 2 videos that you will watch that are in addition to this, but we have policies there that we have in place as well. Sometimes safety means being prepared for the things that might happen. So in case that we had a fire or there was a tornado, a bad inclement weather, or in case there was something worse, that someone got into the church and was trying to cause problems or do something to harm our kids or our church, then those are the things that we need to prepare for. We have those policies and things in place that will help keep everyone safe, and those are in your classrooms on a clipboard, and there's a blue bag that hangs in your classroom that says it's an emergency bag. And so what you would need to do is grab that bag and familiarize yourself at least with those policies and what you would need to do. And coordinators and greeters will be right there in the hallway directing you, telling you what to do in case of an emergency, and you just follow their guidelines and what they're asking you to do. We've also got incident reports, because we know that sometimes in classes that everything doesn't go smoothly every time. And so you don't just walk into your class and everybody sits down and learns and does exactly what you say every time. We know that there are times in your classroom that kids don't follow the directions and accidents happen. So we have what we call an incident report. You would let your coordinator or greeter know about that. They will bring you the incident report. You fill it out. We fill out 2. If it's a altercation between children, then you would fill that out. 1 for the child who did was causing the problems, and then you fill one out for the child that might have gotten hurt. In that case, if there were two kids that had a fight or whatever. So, and then we get the parents to sign those when they come to the door, and we make sure that they get a copy of that form, and then eventually I get the other copy and keep that in my office. And then we keep track of those. Here's the reason why. Because if we have a child that is consistently having problems, behavior problems, or things that are going on, then what we do is we make sure that we have documentation so that when we go to the parents and say, hey, look, we've noticed something's going on, and you've gotten copies of these, but let's sit down and talk about what's the best plan of action for this child, because we want them to succeed. We want them to have a great Sunday, and we want them to have a great class. So, and then if it's a child that's gotten hurt, they smashed their finger, or they got hit, accidentally, or they fell down, then that incident report is basically just for those parents, to let them know this is what we did. We put ice on the boo-boo, we gave lots of hugs and cuddles, and wiped away the tears, and then they went off to play and they were good to go. The next thing is that we can't do these plans and have these policies if everyone doesn't enforce them. So we count on our volunteers to help us do that and make sure that all the things that we have in place, so making sure that you get those, make sure you check those stickers when the parent comes to the door, making sure that you don't go into the bathroom with a child when they're in there by themselves, making sure that you're counting your kids if they're not in the classroom and you've walked down to big group or they're in the playscape, that you're constantly making sure that you know where every child is. It's just like when my grandkids come to my house to go swimming. I am constantly counting heads in the swimming pool. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if it gets to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I know 2 people are missing and I want to know where they are. I'm like, okay, and then I have to figure out who it is. But it's doing that all the time, making sure you know where all your kids are. Because in case of an emergency, when you leave that room, you need to make sure that you know, I have 7 kids in my class, and I've grabbed my clipboard and I know that I've got to take 7 kids out of here. If I only have 6, I need to check the bathroom and make sure that there's not a child in there. So it's just staying on top of all of those kinds of things. So all of our safety procedures and our protocols and policies we have in place for a reason, but it's up to our volunteers, our teachers, and everyone to help us make sure that those get implemented and are put in place, because everything's there for a reason. We've tried to think through everything to make sure that everybody's safe all the time, including our teachers, making sure that you're safe too. So we are so glad that you're going to be a part of preschool and that you're going to be helping us do these things, and we can't wait to get started with you.